I feel like people will just take a dump in their house and then just like wipe and then just walk around. Oh, you gotta wash your ass. You really have to. Could be an Asian thing, but you really,
public service announcement here,
really
guys.
should wash your asshole.
Today we have a podcast with our special guest, MYRNE! Alright, my first question will be, tell us about junior college and meme dubstep tracks.
Oh my god. How do you hear about that?
I'm not wild.
Shit. Yeah, I think in JC I wasn't a good student. So I was always trying to find ways to not study basically. So, and there was this, before Zoom classes, my JC, SAJC, super revolutionary. They would upload their lectures online, like the whole thing. So sometimes you wouldn't even have to go to the class, but I still went, right? And then there was a couple of lecturers who were, I feel bad saying this, but they spoke a little funny, and I just thought I had a crazy idea. Back then, when I was making music, I was making it just as a joke, just like making beats for fun, or not really doing anything serious. So I thought, why not I sample my professors and try to do something stupid with it. So yes, I was making a lot of meme dubstep tracks, and just right before the drop, I would put something that they were talking about in the class, and yeah.
Wait, is this public? What's that?
It's gone. I've cleared my SoundCloud. Don't worry. Yeah, it was one of the first things I uploaded back in like 2014.
So is that like your first dabble into music, or is like way before that you were already like into the realm of music? Really?
I think I was always very interested in music, just listening to music. My parents would always play music at home, but I never really thought about making my own music, because I always thought to make a song you need to get a bunch of people into a room, like the guitarist and the singer, and then everyone's like, okay, ready? And then 3, 2, 1, and they press this button and the song is done. But I didn't know until I watched this video of Avicii trying to make music on FL Studio. So I thought, that's so cool, and he just made the whole song just sitting there clicking things. So I thought, I have a laptop. I got some Samsung shit top for like $100. So I downloaded some FL Studio demo, and then I found out, hey, it's kind of...
Yeah, so I was like actually like scrolling through your SoundCloud, right, this morning, like last night. And then I saw your very, very first track that is still there. I bet it's not the first track, but in the club, piano, future bass remix. Yeah, what was that about? And damn, it's like 800k views, and I think you can grow that thing, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think back then my thing was I was really into R&B, old school hip hop, and you could find these acapellas online, super easy. And I wanted to remix them in a way that no one had ever done it. Every time you have a clubby R&B or hip hop remix, it's always just like a trap drop, really noisy. I thought it'd be interesting to bring in some different instrumentation, just like reharmonization of the chords. Put some blues, syncopation, jazz in there. Yeah. So that was fun, and I did that for a couple of songs. I think In the Club, Ignition.
Yes.
Couple of really, really old tracks that I would
You actually just experimented on all this.
Just for fun.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, right, it's basically like 50 Cent in the club, but then there's like this huge piano lead and like verse, and then build up to like some future bass, melodic bass drop, and then people in the comments be like, yo, this song title sucks, man, but the drop is like, whoa! 50 Cent in the club.
So that was fun.
Yeah, pretty interesting. And then what about like you are producing dubstep, then D&B, and then after that melodic bass, and then how do you like find your sound? Like what do you like classify as your sound?
I think it was back then everyone was making every single genre. Like nowadays I feel like everyone's so uptight about their personalities or their types of music because of things like festival bookings or promoters. When a promoter finds you, they want to be able to go to your SoundCloud or nowadays is Spotify and see 10 of the exact same tracks, just with different titles.
They're playing safe.
Playing safe, yeah, so like pigeonholing into one genre. But back then we were all young, we were all kids. So all the friends that I made on SoundCloud, like 1 week they would put out, really lo-fi hip hop. Next week it would be like a trap banger. Next thing would just be like a piano cover. So everyone was just experimenting, and I think those were the golden days of SoundCloud. So like me included, right? So I was really into bass music. Before that, I was making complextro or yeah, just like electro house, very old school electro house, like blog house type music, and then went more into the bass music direction, and then I started slowing down my tracks instead of 128, try 70, 80. So I started making dubstep, started making trap music, drum and bass even, and then started experimenting. Yeah.
So there's this like occurrence that happened right during two very significant sets that I've seen at Zouk. One was Richie Hawtin came to Singapore, and one is Diplo that came to Singapore. Okay, so of course Diplo is like 10,000 times more famous than Richie Hawtin because of how popular he is, like pop music, right? No? But then the turnout for Diplo and Richie Hawtin is roughly the same, So it's like kind of like people will come if they know what they are.
Yeah. The name, and also what kind of show you put on. I guess I think that's a totally different.
So I guess that's also like one reason why like everybody is stuck to one genre rather than like kind of like multiple kind of sound, and then which comes to another question. So what is the kind of sound that you are producing right now? What is like the 2023 MYRNE, 2022 MYRNE? What are you going for right now?
I think my music all my life has always been very melodic. Like I love melodies, progressions. And then with the whole future bass era, I was really obsessed with blues and R&B chords. Nowadays everything's a little more simple. It's a bit more diatonic, and I've slowed down a little bit as well. So like back to house, like back to my first kind of love, because I was into music because of Avicii and deadmau5. So still trying to bring that progressive, melodic house and techno kind of sound back.
Melodic techno. But what about like big room techno? Are you like exploring with your turn on the lights?
That's just like a fun, fast, rave thing that I put out. I think like the main, like the main, what's it called? Like main room techno, or like big, what do you call that? Main stage techno.
They call it like driving peak
Oh no!
time techno,
I
right?
think peak time techno is a whole different thing. There was this split on Beatport. Do you remember? Like 5 or 8 years ago, there was only one techno category on Beatport. So you have like Emily Lenz, you have Anna in the same category, and then you have like
up together.
Patrick Baumel or like Adana Twins in the same category, and like those are like 120 BPM techno, just kind of like very heady. And then you have like the 150 like boom boom boom. So Beatport split those categories. I think I've never really made that kind of like really driving techno, because I feel like in Singapore I've never really got into that scene. But there's a big, huge scene for that here.
Yeah, now techno there's like a third subgenre. At first it was only techno, then now there's like melodic techno, peak time techno, and then now there's hard tech, which is all your Maddox. All this,
Okay. I saw Maddox on the ship. I mean, we all saw Maddox on the ship. He was crazy. He was a really energetic, fun live set. But I've just never thought of it. It definitely feels like a rehash of almost like Big Room back then. And you see Hardwell doing the same
Did
stuff.
it inspire you to make something like that? When you saw Maddox?
Not really. I feel like that kind of music is just really fun for me to like dance to, but I'll never make it, because I think with my music I always need some kind of melody or progression. So I really like the melodic techno type stuff. The Anima. Cassian is a big favorite of mine.
KX5.
KX5 definitely brought that sound back, and like seeing those two titans.
Damn, I heard deadmau5 coming to Zouk, man.
Oh, what? Heard it here first.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
I saw the KX5 show in LA. It was the most sold out electronic show ever. I think 60,000 tickets. So it was crazy sound. And just seeing those tracks, I heard Strobe live. That was a crazy moment for me. But I always loved that kind of music.
So the other day I was just speaking to Justin O, shout out Justin O. Yeah, I think he brought this like very interesting observation. Okay, do you realize that European and Western people, they all like more chill, more vibey stuff, but over here in Asia, Korea, China, right, we like the bang bang bang.
Oh,
bang.
That's true. I think that could be a like age thing, because like dance music in Asia has still predominantly been very Western and very young. So, and I mean, speaking frankly, like a lot of it is driven by just alcohol culture here.
Yeah.
Right? There's no access to like very hard drugs or like party drugs. Yeah. So the simplest music when you are drunk and totally smashed is just, stuff like hardstyle, stuff like, very fast paced, like boom, boom. And I get that. But then, you go to like Cologne or you go to Belgium, and the tracks are a bit more, they have a bit more, sound to it. and you tend to pick up more things like with the production. So I think that's just an age thing.
So continuing from what Justin was saying, right? He said that most US European clubs, right, people start partying at 8. That means the moment the club open, they start. So can you imagine you party from 8 to 2 is very long, right? So the set must be a bit more journey a bit. But everybody in Singapore come to the club at 1 a.m.
1 to 3,
you know?
1 to 4.
But 3 end already, so they want to make their money worth.
Bro,
maybe?
It's just they just want to get the job done.
Yeah.
Come in, boom, boom, boom. Okay, go.
Man, I think that's
Too stressed out. You need a form of
exactly
release, you know?
like
Maybe maybe Asians more stressed, you know. Yeah.
another consequence of the industrial revolution, you know, like especially in like newly industrializing countries like Korea, China, Singapore, Taiwan, like it's always like very hustle culture, very you work late, you can't leave to eat dinner or anything. And then when you go to the club, you really just let go and try to forget. So you have people that go to, like I know some friends who go to Zouk since they were 18, and then they're my age now, so 28. For 10 years they go to Zouk, but I tell them like, what do you listen to at Zouk? It's like, I don't know. I mean, like I'm just listening to music, you know. So like you go there, you see the club as a port of release.
I think they go for the venue, go for their friends.
Go for the girls, you know, go for the chicks, go for the dom. But yeah,
Relieve the NS days.
the ball hits. Yeah, so I think I think in time it will change because we have so many young kids here that are doing crazy things, and like with the internet, with Spotify, it's so easy to publish yourself. So it's getting a lot easier.
Yeah. Do you believe that in the near future you think we got a lot more kids that's getting into music production and all that stuff?
Yeah, 100%. A lot more kids making beats at home, on their laptop. But in terms of a scene, I think I thought about this a lot. The only thing holding Asia back from developing a scene is really just the cost of venues and like availability of venues. Because you go to LA, if you want to book a warehouse, you can actually just throw a rave and not tell anyone, and it's abandoned, so like no one's gonna come unless you start a riot or anything. But in Asia, you got to pay for alcohol permit, you got to pay for licensing issues, you got to make sure you don't go past 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. So I think those problems definitely make it hard for a scene to grow naturally. Or you can have a scene, but tickets are like $80 for a techno DJ. And I think that prices out a lot of young kids who want to go out and like have fun and learn about the scene.
It's easier to actually do do events and everything overseas than in
It is, yeah.
in Asia. Yeah. Just because of the laws, everything is like very tight.
I guess that's why we need like some help from our people that want to support us. Like people like Roy, the owner of Ikigai, like Kevin Keegan. Everybody that is like want to make this thing work, and then we just have to push for it, lah. And it's like quite a lot of teamwork to make the dream work. Yeah. So from playing at Zouk all the way to Tomorrowland, how the hell did that even happen? Like, what was
simple.
that?
I took a flight, lah.
Yeah, I wish I can take a flight and play Tomorrowland also.
First ever show at Zouk, Tia Kim Zouk was 2015, Cashmere Cat. So my buddy Lindsay hooked me up. Because Cashmere Cat was coming to Singapore and he was having a moment. I think he had a couple of big songs, also collabs with like Ariana Grande and all that. So he came to Singapore and then they were throwing it at Zouk, which obviously is not the first choice for like very indie, because his music's kind of slow, kind of happy, kind of future-based trap, right? And I feel like a lot of the Zouk club would be like, oh, what's going on? So Lindsay was just looking around for openers, and then he just hit me up and he was like, hey man, you guys on the same label, Matt Deason, do you want to open? We'll pay you like $100. I'm like, yeah, sure, this is my first real show. So we went up, played the show. That was my first ever set at Yakim in 2015. And then 3 years later, for some reason, I found myself in Tomorrowland playing the Monster Cat stage. Because the Rose Garden, the bass music stage, because back then I was putting out this crazy bass music bangers. So yeah, I found myself in Tomorrowland, and then I had a very crazy moment. I went to see Axwell in like one of these warehouses with the LED wall just like reach from the floor to the ceiling. So I went there and I just stayed there for an hour just like listening to Axwell, and he was playing like these crazy Swedish progressive, like very classic Axwell sound. And that just made me think about the size of dance music. It's just worldwide. So yeah, and Tomorrowland was definitely the most the best festival I've ever been to. Yeah.
What makes it so good? Is it like the way they handle the artist, the rider?
Yeah, I think only also that people are just they're there for pure love of music. For sure you got the tables and the bottle culture, but like majority of people, you know, they're bringing their country flags, they're flying from all around the world. You know, they spend like a big portion of their life savings just to see the festival. So everyone's like really loving, and you know, everyone's like supporting each other. There's no like pushing or riots or anything.
It's all good vibes. Just
It's
good
super,
vibes.
extremely good vibes, and the festival is really well run. Like that was the first festival I've never had to queue for a toilet. Like there were just like a million toilets, and they were always just like empty. So just, you know, okay, that's like a weird point to bring up, but like every time I go to like a
No,
different
that's
festival,
a very good point. Dude,
Yeah.
you have no idea of previous occasions when I went to music festivals.
Yeah.
I just need to just stand there and wait and wait.
yeah, 100%. So
Low-key, I peed behind the
that's fine.
cubicle
That's fine.
into the sand.
okay, okay.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Sand, so the Zuka Allah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Sand. Oh, it must be, you know, Tomorrowland by the sea or something.
Tomorrowland at sea. Yeah, I guess you can see a similar thing at It's the Ship, where we were just having the Revelry stage takeover. Amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was actually very well run as well. Did you know, like, you have a step counter on your phone, right? On Thursday, the second night of the ship, I walked 30,000 steps.
On the spot.
It's 3 times your daily average, because I was always lost.
Yes,
I'd be like,
I was always lost.
I'm pretty sure the food is here. So we go up there and it's like, oh, it's on the other side of the ship. So we went to the other side.
I don't know how many times I did that, bro.
Oh my god, yeah. So we got lost a lot. It was fun, you know.
We always end up at anchor stage.
Oh yes, always at the anchor stage. Classic.
Why are we suddenly partying? We just want food.
You know, there's this time that after I DJ'd, so you guys are like gone from our table. So the thing is, like, I asked someone like, where did you guys go? Then they said that you went to eat.
Oh yeah.
So I went there. Then someone said that there's samosas. So okay.
Veggie samosas.
Yeah. So okay. My mind is like, okay, I'm going down to eat samosas. I went down. Shoot, bro. The Indian food there is like a
Oh
lot.
my god.
Oh.
Yeah,
Instead of just samosas, right? My
Yeah.
plate is full of like
Same.
biryani, whatever. It's like,
Same,
oh,
same.
I mean, they level up the buffet, right? No? Last time it used to be 10:30 close, now it's at 24 hours.
It's crazy. Bro.
No wonder when I see you come back, your tummy is there.
The shirt 3D.
Someone didn't walk 30,000 steps. No? You gotta just get lost a bit more, I think.
It's like 30,000 steps, but you know your cups and everything are like defined, but this one is like bulging out. This guy went for a cruise.
I think that's the alcohol. This is the alcohol.
It must be the alcohol.
Yeah.
Dude, we were struggling to finish our alcohol that night. That last night.
We need to better prep ourselves. Bring
Oh
some
my
100 plus
God.
powder,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, put the bounce back in the drink, you know?
Put
Put the Bitox on the drink.
yeah, we have the hangover patch. I paid like 4, you know. And I'm still drunk.
No.
I saw someone pasting that Bitox thing on her butt. She's wearing like
Nice.
leather attire and all that stuff, and it's on her butt. And like, wow.
Priorities. Good.
So about touring, right? What is the longest like tour circuit you have done? Like 6 months never go home, that kind of thing.
Oh, I don't think I've done 6 months, but I've definitely done maybe like 2-3 months.
Oh.
It's okay.
I see your upcoming tour, US,
That's just-
LA,
that's
San
alright.
Francisco. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
gonna like go all the way till April then come back? Or
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
go come back.
So I'll be back in April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not everyone has $50 flights, you know. Like, you gotta stay there. I'm gonna beg.
But they don't substitute your flights, man.
No. So I'm international, so like they can't substitute.
Oh,
you know.
the fees landed. So
yeah,
you
the
pay.
fees landed fees. Yeah.
Wow, shit.
So a lot of clubs in the US, until like you reach a certain level, right, then they start looking at flights. Or if it's a domestic act, yeah, maybe they'll throw in flights. But I'm international and they don't know where I'm flying from, so they're always just giving me landed. They'll cover accommodation, but like in between the shows, I'm just like begging my friends, like, can I crash on your couch? You know.
That's like 50% of your pay gone. Eh?
Kinda, yeah. But I feel like every time I go to the US, it's just kind of an investment, or just like there's like a lot of my fans are there, so I definitely want them to see the show. And luckily enough, I'm at this stage in my career. I got a little bit of money. I can just use it to spend on flights.
Yeah, speaking of like investment in the US, right? But you see that now the growing market is like China, right? So, is US actually a growing market or is just a big market?
It's a big market, and I think for a lot of English-speaking music, or my music in particular, like it's a big market there. But I also used to play in China a lot. Every other week I would be in China. I think I've visited, 11 or 12 provinces. And then the craziest show I ever done in China was, I think, New Year's Eve in Sanya, which is an island, which is a completely manufactured island, right? It's kind of like Sentosa on crack. So I went there, and everything, you could smell how new everything was. The beaches were crazy, like the towers, just amazing. But apparently it's a really popular holiday destination. So I played there.
Do you just play your sound?
Yeah, I did. I played bass music. So back then, I think
When
in
was this?
2018 or 2019, and I played some shows. I was following Seven Lions on tour. This dubstep guy, melodic dubstep guy. Also one of my early inspirations. So getting to play support for him was just crazy, right? But we would play a lot of bottle clubs. So there was one time we played a club with no dance floor. It was just tables. So like right in front of the DJ, just like someone just like eating noodles. But it was a bottle club, and just like LED wall, crazy sound. But people were really into it. Like they brought like signs, they brought like light sticks, everything.
Imagine when they got drunk while eating,
Ah!
and then you're in front of them.
Yeah.
They just take out their card. Can I order
Oh my god. Can you order some
Noodles?
dubstep?
noodles, please?
Yeah. So yeah.
Dubstep lor.
So China, actually the biggest spots for bass music back then was Chengdu. And they would have this festival every year. I forgot what it was called. Maybe Jungle or something, or Rumble, something Ungo, right? And they would play everything. They would play like 140. They would play bro step, dubstep. They play drum and bass. They play trap music. So yeah, and a lot of them are local Chinese producers. So I think the scene there is pretty crazy. Especially for electronic
language
music.
barrier, like if you play like English, like Skrillex tracks,
I think,
but they still can vibe to it.
They can vibe to it. Yeah, definitely still vibe to it. And I think a lot of Chinese speak English now. Like in the past few years.
Has anyone went to you and like requested for a song?
No, we weren't playing that bottle club. No, I don't think so. That happened in Singapore though. That's one time.
It happened in Singapore.
Yeah, a couple of times. I was playing at this club, Suite 26.
Oh, closed down already. Wow, throwback, man.
So
Throwback.
I was an open format top 40s DJ, and I would do the opening set at this bar or a club in South Beach lounge, in South Beach, and it was fun. I think it was under Massive. Yeah. So it was very fun. But there was one time I was super young. I was like 19, 20. I was just like trying to make some money, right? I think my first DJ set ever was like, oh man, I got paid $200. This is crazy. I'm rich. I'm gonna get a Big Mac tonight, So I was doing all these like opening sets. Something simple. It was like 11 to 1 or like 10 to 1 because the club starts at 1, right? And then you have someone else come on. But one of the times I was also doing closing. So I think back then the clubs were closing later, right?
4
4?
maximum.
Yeah, so I was playing 3 to 4. And then I was just playing like house music, and this guy was like, he plays up Jay-Z, and I'm like, oh man, I only have one Jay-Z song, and the main DJ just played it. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll play for you, man. So I played, and then he comes up to me like, hey bro, this is for you. I think it was Ace of Spades. And then I was like, because I was young, right, I was like, I don't know what this is. Is this like wine? Or like, so I opened it and drank, oh, champagne. I was like, oh, not too bad. I was like, do you want some? To some random person, and they were like, yeah, I'll take some. And they vanished. And then I think a few years later I realized what I did. So yeah, I think funny times.
Speaking of the production journey, then I realized that I don't know, is this top secret, but you are at Diplo's house?
Yeah, I was at Diplo's house. And that was my first ever trip to the US.
Wait, is this like a booty call kind of thing?
No.
Different genre, bro.
It was
50 Shades of Diplo. 50 sides.
It was 3 p.m., not 3 a.m. But I went there and...
Dude, you were like there damn long, right? Like months, dude.
No, I wasn't living at his house. I was there for a production. Yeah, so I was in LA. First ever time I went to LA, 2017. I just finished army, didn't know what to do. And then I had some friends in the US, so I said, okay, let me just buy this flight and live there for a couple of months. So I was crashing at this house for filled with a lot of old music friends. I was sharing a house with like 8 other guys, and we had 1 bathroom. So like this absolute chaos. But the day I landed,
Tomorrowland better.
Yeah, I was like, this shit sucks, No, this is before I played Tomorrowland.
Do not drop the soap at any point in time.
And then So yeah, I get a DM from this guy. His name was RL Grime. He was like one of my biggest, inspirations as well. Huge trap wave guy. And then he was like, "Oh, I heard you're in town. Do you wanna write something?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And then he gives me an address. And I pull up. Turns out it's Diplo's house because he had a mad decent studio in his house. So very cool. And
like
then
how casual it is, you know.
It's RL Grind, bro.
Supper, bro?
I found, so I went, okay, this is a different story. I went to Diplo's house and I went to pee, and then he keeps all his Grammy plaques in the toilet for some reason. Like he keeps his like Major Lazer lead on, disc in there. And I was like, what is this? I could just like steal this, but I didn't, right? So anyway, I walk in, and then I was like, "Oh, do you know where Henry is?" And then they said, "Oh yeah, he's in the basement." So I went down, and he introduced me to this guy, and I was like, "You're not Henry." Turns out that guy was King Henry, this other trap producer, not Henry R.L. Grime. Yeah. So then I eventually met him, and then we wrote some stuff, and that song turned out to be "I Wanna Know," which is that.
RL Grime, I want. Like
Yeah.
his biggest, one of the biggest in the album. No?
Well, I think so. Yeah, one of the biggest, and it had vocals from Daya.
Daya, yeah.
So I think crazy record. It was really fun working there.
And Diplo is not even home.
No,
He's just like, nah, use the place.
I think he was touring or something. But yeah, I think a lot of people worked out of his house. But I'm not sure.
Crazy, man. That's
But yeah,
like
that was the
crazy
first time I
story.
ever went to LA, and then I thought, oh shit, let me move here. But then I ran out of money, so I had to like go home. So.
But what about the producing gig? Is it like paid or it's just like?
Oh no, it was just like writing stuff, and then after that, we get a split of royalties after. So like, there's always compensation. There's always
The royalties are always incoming, lah.
Yeah,
Based on the
yeah.
listens. Yeah. Okay, lah, good, lah. Better than the upfront payment.
True.
And I Wanna Know is huge, man.
It's a fun song. Yeah, I really liked it.
You usually, like a lot of DJs get royalties from all these things that they produce, but most of their money right now, right, always comes from their touring, right?
I think it used to be definitely backwards. Like back when we had physical CDs, a lot of people could make a living just not touring. That's why if you had a really, really big act, like like Sting or the Police or Bread or whatever, they would just sell records and do one world tour a year, like 10 countries, and then just stop, right? And like the recording side was very profitable, and then streaming came along, and then majors also got a bit more. They also proliferated, so they started signing a lot of deals. So nowadays it's very common for an artist to, like of 100% of royalties, an artist usually takes 10 or 20%. So that's not sustainable, so they gotta go on tour. So, and I think it's easy for DJs because they're used to flying, and like there are tons of clubs and bars that always want to book.
And the production value not as crazy as like a Beyonce concert.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I think I always tell this to my friends in bands or whatever, like, you're carrying this keyboard, you're carrying this amp, if you want to fly international, that's going to be like $2,000 to like ship everything. So I just rock up with, like a USB or like, back in the day it was like some discs. Oh, I never did that. But definitely a lot slimmer and a lot easier to travel because you can just travel by yourself or, with a tour manager compared to like on.
Do you travel with tour manager?
Not really, no.
Yeah. Every time I was like, hey, MYRNE is overseas, then I'm like, hey, why am I having coffee with you? Yeah. So what's the role of like tour manager?
I think just to make sure that everything is in order, like the front of house is settled, like the equipment is okay, you get on time for sound check, and just make sure like the DJ takes flights, or just make sure everything's all right. Or like something, like something God forbid like happens during the set, like the light shut off, or like one speaker blows out, tour manager's just the one running around like shouting at people like, hey, fix this, so like hey, what's going on?
Oh, really? The tour manager is the boss of the whole thing.
Kinda,
when you're playing, he's the boss of the whole
So they have peace of mind.
Yeah, but I think as you scale your show, you start having people like lighting directors, you start having a in-house audio engineer that follows you everywhere. Then you have photog, you have someone operating a merch booth. So at like the higher levels of DJing, sometimes an entourage can be like 10, 15 people. And then usually those shows, like even if it's like a very big show, they struggle to like break even.
While touring, did you encounter any point in time where your tour manager had to, like, what? Stop. We had to bounce.
No, luckily no. But also, I've always been like in messed up situations alone, so I didn't know what to do. Like I think there's sometimes I was playing some clubs in Asia, and I don't know. I think I got a little drunk. Like, well, I got like super wasted right before I got on. This was really young in my career, so I was allowed to make mistakes. I think I was 20, playing this club, and then turns out I was so drunk I was mixing one song into the exact same song like 4 times. So for like 12 minutes it was the same song. And then the promoter comes up to me and is like, "Yo bro, you okay?" And I was like, "Huh? What?" And then after that I knew, okay, shit, I'm beat. So I just tried to make it through, and I tried to like sober up. But yeah, I think that was fine. It's not too bad.
I think you should do like something like what Echo did. Because in the Philippines we were touring around, right? Then they made him drunk in tequila before his set.
Oh my god, why?
And I literally found him like that. Then after that, it's like we woke him up. I was like, "Bro, it's your turn in 5 minutes." Then after that, okay, he went up there, put in his thumb drive, played Speed House for an hour. It was like the whole time. Then when he finished his set, right? Everybody enjoyed his set. Firstly, secondly, it's like he's sober because he played super fast.
You're jumping,
music.
and you actually it's DJing is a real workout. I think sometimes, especially if you play like 2-3 hour sets, or you're just standing, or you're jumping around, right? And you jump so much, and then I think my phone tracks jumps as steps, so that's why it was like 30,000. So a lot of
Yeah, I guess the audience can feel your energy.
Yeah,
and then they
true.
vibe to
True.
what you put out.
I'm not at that age where I'm jaded enough to like just stand there and just not move for 1 hour and everyone's just going crazy. You know, some DJs are like that.
Some Wonderwall shit.
Take slimming advice from him. And when in doubt, look for Kevin.
So
Kevin
for
can hook
touring,
you up.
what are some of your pet peeves when you're touring? Like for example, if you were to tour with photographers or whatever, do you have any like habits that people must take note of?
Oh, not really.
Are you a very messy person? Or are you a very neat person?
No, I think I'm super neat, but also I think the blessing is that I can sleep anywhere, and I can function on like no sleep. So, like if you want to put me in like in a flight that's like 12 hours between like 2 big guys, I'll just fall asleep in economy. You know, I don't care. So I save a lot of money on like not living like a glamorous rock star or anything.
So you go to US on economy.
Yeah, of course.
Then you put a lot of pillows or.
No, I mean I just close my eyes and I wake up. Oh, I'm in
Teleport.
US. Yeah, that's my skill. That's my one.
I'm literally
skill.
like you, but
Nice.
I saw one of my I heard one of my friends is like the toilet must have bidet. That's his pet peeve. Like
Toilet?
must have the bidet.
Oh shit!
Oh, spray.
Yeah,
He
so
likes a special finish. You
Yeah.
know?
Every time they book a hotel room, right? They will research on
Bro,
what the
what?
toilet
Just-
what toilet they have.
Just get in the
Happy-
shower and wash your ass. You know.
Happy ending, dude. No, I think it's for a whole different set of.
Oh yeah.
Different
Okay.
genre.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, yeah. But yeah, you definitely have to wash your ass. You know, like I feel like people will just take a dump in their house and then just like wipe and then just walk around. I'm like, no, you gotta wash your ass. You really have to. Could be an Asian thing, but you really,
Public service announcement here,
really
guys.
should wash your asshole.
Please
You'll
wash
see
your
next
ass.
time in Tomorrowland, right? Every toilet got bidet already.
Oh, no.
Because of this interview.
Best.
Someone will come to watch this, and then that sounds like a business plan, and they got rich.
Oh, Shark Tank.
We should claim royalty on it.
Yep. It's like you imagine a porta potty with a bidet, bro.
Collab with Scrub Daddy.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Yeah, so do you have like any like pre-tour ritual or before you go on stage? You know, you need to warm your hands or whatever.
I got a little altar of Avicii. I always take it out. I light some candles.
Oh yeah, I saw you doing this, and it's the ship.
Yeah. I was like, please give me strength, you know. But not really. You know?
Start playing air piano.
I think the only thing that stresses me out when I'm DJing is settling my friends' guest list. That is the worst thing I have to deal with. Like 5 minutes before, I was like, hey bro, I'm at the door. I'm like, bro, you're a grown man, you can walk in, alright? Or like, I'll send someone like, hey, can you help sort this out? But I think other than that, I'm super easy about everything. I can eat airport food. I can eat nonsense food. I cannot eat. I can sleep on the floor. I can sit on the couch. And if I'm playing a show, I'm just having fun, I think.
What about riders, entertainment riders?
I think Adam has been secretly adding to my rider without telling me. Because when we first started, it was just, okay, bottle of gin and like some random stuff and a beer and like some Red Bull. Then now I'll play a show and I'll be like, what is all this, Adam? Because there's like a 6-pack, there's like bananas, there's like a vodka, there's like hummus. I'm like, I didn't order this.
This one in proportion to your Spotify plays.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, maybe.
The more Spotify plays, you get more fruits.
Sure. Yeah, but you know, DJ is kind of wasteful. I think a lot of DJs don't even finish it. So if I travel, I'm like, I get a bottle of gin and get some friends and we'll finish it. Yeah, that's it.
Imagine you have the opportunity to bring cai fan.
Oh, I want beach road curry rice, bro.
Oh, dude.
I want the
Everywhere
uncle
you
that,
go, beach road, that guy.
Hungry? I got you.
bro.
I got you
Yeah.
right here.
Oh,
At that stage, right? At that stage, your rider you can request for
oh my
langsai
god.
also,
I want some Mao Shan Wang. I want some D24, bro. And I
Private
want.
chef.
I know,
Yeah. Or like some ABC and some guy making thosai there, you know. Like,
the 拉面 do the
Oh,
Hai
that's-
Di Lao fella, you know.
yeah. Crazy.
I mean, the other day on It's the Ship, our rider was also quite crazy. We had like too many cooks. We had Justin, we had other friends joining us to share our rider and 3 days, 2 nights, and we still have leftover, you know. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
I heard our rider is one of the biggest.
I don't know how that
That's
happened.
not a
but
good
yeah.
thing, man, bro. Next year they're gonna be like, hey, don't book these guys. Their riders, there's like 20 bottles on the rider. Don't.
I think like when you book 4 people, right, it's lesser than when a stage takeover, you know. A stage takeover is like, they thought it's like something else, you know.
Yeah, true.
I think they took alcohol buffet to the next level, right? You guys?
We don't really have an entourage. We just make friends on board and they become like, you know, part
Hey,
of the gang.
but if you're at sea, it's duty free.
Yeah.
Everything is
So I've
cheap
heard.
at sea. Everything is cheap.
Soju is 150.
Hey, yeah. Dude, I got soju at 150, man. It's crazy.
Did you bring anything back? Did they stop you at the checkpoint?
I heard you got stopped.
Yeah, no, I
with
had a
Adam
bottle of
as well, right?
soju. I
Oh,
forgot
you
about
must pay
it.
tax,
Justin
right?
and you got stopped.
Yeah, I forgot about it, and then the guy was like, "You gotta throw this away." I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot." So he was like, "Okay, let me throw it away." It's like, "No, I need your passport." I'm like, "What? Am I in trouble?" He's like, "No, it's fine. We just need to record all your details, but you're not in trouble.
Oh, shit.
But we have records. But you're fine, you know." But we got it.
Did they sprinkle it with a wink?
No.
Like,
Oh, I
you're fine, bro. You're fine.
No, but one of the It's the Ship, I think I got a bottle. Then they say, do you want to keep this bottle? Then you just pay taxes.
yeah, maybe I could have done that. Yeah. But it's okay.
Oh, whiskey back then.
Yeah.
It's very expensive here in Singapore. Then you know, like
True.
when you go into the ship, it's like everything is so cheap.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's why I think that's why it's so popular. It was sold out, but how many Singaporeans was it? 30% or like 50%?
I think like maybe half. Then the rest is like other countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard it's like 3,600 plus people. Yeah, but I mean, It's the Ship 2019 is like even madder. Like people that never went to It's the Ship, you know.
But then again, it was 5 days back then.
4 day 3 nights.
4 days.
three
Yeah.
nights.
I wish I could have gone there. This is my first. That's my first It's a Ship actually.
You had
this
fun.
year.
Yeah,
I had fun.
Found you sleep.
You have yourself, bro.
I found
I
you
was
asleep.
floating around, bro.
In a onesie, in a mouse
I found
onesie.
you asleep. I was like, oh, he's there on the couch. Oh, he's sleeping again. In a totally different location. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I just heard a few days ago over the radio, they're saying
Yeah.
something about a guy paid like $30,000 just to live off on a cruise.
I see.
For how long?
For a year?
Probably for
For
a
a
year.
year, okay.
Yeah, dude. If given the opportunity, would you do that?
I don't know.
With the Wi-Fi there, no.
No. Yeah, sure.
I mean, the Wi-Fi is shared among 3,000, 4,000 people, what? So
Yeah,
different
true.
lah.
If I have like a special Wi-Fi account on that ship, then maybe
With
can.
the captain,
Yeah.
share with the captain.
Share with the captain.
No, I think I like my nature too much. I need to like walk around, and I need my curry rice. So
Yeah, dude. Speaking of curry rice, the ship is. I'm still in that.
You're still in the ship.
Oh,
I'm still. What's that? The ship withdrawal.
yeah,
It's my first time going there. That's why it's like it takes a bit longer than me.
Interesting. Yeah, no.
Than anybody. You know, like a lot of you guys went like how many times already?
Actually, I think for the first 2 or 3 times we went, we were just being super old. It's like it's 10 p.m. let's sleep. Or like I remember this one ship, me and my girlfriend we were just watching, I think Handmaid's Tale, in the cabin, because we were just catching up with some show, And after that, we just went to sleep. And the next day, I was like, oh, what are you gonna do? Oh, nothing. Let's get some food and maybe walk around. And then same thing, 10 p.m. we went to sleep. So this time, I was just like, you know what? I'm not an old man. I gotta like go out.
Age backwards.
Yeah. So
Benjamin Button right there.
Button shit. So I had to, you know, and I saw so many cool acts, saw so many friends. I think it was wiser.
Yeah. You were partying with us the whole time. But the thing is, my legs are dying already. That I sat down, but my arms are still going like that. My legs are dying, but no, it's.
Yeah, you really see like a multi-dimensional, like you see like a chill music producer, right? At a freaking Gamer concert, 170 BPM, boom, 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 boom. And then you see Randy at his set, so freaking random.
Yeah, Randy listening to house music and our set.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, shout out to Randy, man.
Randy listening to New Jeans. Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, like, what other like non-music activities do you engage in, like, or you're just like music 100%?
I think when I'm not working on music for, you know, other people, like co-production work or like my own project, I make music for fun.
So it's like
I'm just
24 hours.
I'm just writing non-electronic stuff, or, you know, just like practicing piano, like playing with synth, or like making synth patches. Like that's just something I love doing, like just sound design, or, you know, listening to music, or just like watching people make music on YouTube. I think that's all I do.
Working on your dance moves as well.
Oh yeah, I need to work on that, man. But I'm a DJ, not a dancer, you know. That's why I became a DJ.
We should do a TikTok dance later.
No. I'm better behind the deck. But yeah.
But you know, people probably seen your videos in revelry, Instagram, where you're dancing and everything.
Dancing like an idiot.
Buzzing a dance move.
I think now your image is getting like
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
He got a new career. He can branch out.
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
influencer right there. New opportunities.
Yeah. So what's next, man? For like, since you're making music like non-stop, right? What's the next sound? Are you gonna adopt D&B?
No. I think this melodic thing that I'm doing, I've always been obsessed. I think since like 2019, when I was putting out, you know, that stuff with Manila Killer, like Fear, that kind of sound I've always been in love with, like the indie electronic, and then I think this year, just because of COVID and how, you know, no one's really got to dance, I've managed to take those sounds and just, you know, speed it up a little bit, so like everyone's, you know, dancing, having a good time. But something I definitely want to work on is, you know, just co-production, like producing for artists, you know, even producing for other electronic musicians. Because it's just fun, and I get to do a lot of things that I don't normally do with my music.
Yeah, more melodic lah. Yeah. But what about like future rave? Have you thought of producing future rave? You know, when you came out with your techno remix, I'm like, I thought future rave probably more your thing. You know?
Oh no, that's a fun thing. No,
yeah.
But I don't know any future rave.
Like, I don't know, David Guetta, Morton.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's basically like trance, hard trance.
Yeah, I think trance. Yeah, trance is like coming back. I think like it's very melodic, and people love that sound. But no, I never really. I always feel like it's like Big Room 2.0, especially when you see David Guetta again. You know, like this guy has been doing it for like.
Dude, he's Spotify number 4 again. Eh.
Oh
he's
my
coming
God.
back. Eh.
Oh, nice.
He was Spotify number 1 like 2 weeks ago.
That's
crazy.
That's good
man.
to him. I think having a 25 year career is like harder than it looks. So like anyone who's there, like you definitely can't hate on them. I think like people like David Guetta, like Diplo, or even, you know, Skrillex, like just to have 15-20 year careers is crazy. Or like above and beyond, they're still like
and at the
doing
top
stuff. Yeah, and they're best of the best. So like it takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of skill.
I don't know how they do it, man.
Yeah.
Like partying every time when you're touring like that.
Oh,
then after that you still need to produce. Then you tour again.
Yeah. A lot of them don't drink anymore. They don't drink. They don't do drugs. They wake up like 7 a.m., walk the dog or something. You know. So like.
I saw the David Guetta podcast on Impulsive, and then he's basically saying that his career is basically just up and down. And then recently he made his Jack Black alias, right? Is when like his music was like super not inspired, so he want to go back to his roots. And then eventually he found Morton, and then he found mainstream success again. So it's a whole up and down roller coaster, and the labels are like going crazy, you know. It's like when he's high, he's very high. When he's down, he's like down. So it's like, you know,
I think that's good, and you definitely can't stay at the top forever, like, because it's natural, like once you get up there and then you have no one to take inspiration from, so you just kind of do it on your own, and then some underdog who's like, you know, very inspired by you takes your ideas, makes them better, and then he's the top dog, and then you fall down, and then you're in this phase where you have to learn everything again and like and grow. So I think most careers they look like that, you know. So the longer you're in it, the definitely further you go, and I definitely want to stay in this as long as I can.
Yeah, I think you also must accept that you are always a student.
Yeah. 100%. No one knows everything.
So speaking of like you're making your melodic stuff, right? But of course, like in Asia, a lot of places they don't really like appreciate that kind of like more melodic stuff. It's like hard stuff. Do you envision yourself doing like a Chainsmoker where you produce melodic stuff, but then you play like freaking rhythm?
I don't know. Oh, Chainsmokers is another one. It's an interesting one.
Their live act's crazy, man.
Yeah. I really like their live show, and they have the drummer, right? And they have. I think they were one of the first people to have this like. Two personalities. It's like Spotify pop bangers, and then you go in your live show. It's like a straight on party. I think that works for them, and I think that works for a lot of people as well. Especially this new wave of TikTok kids getting famous with one song, and the song's chill as fuck. But then their live show will be crazy hard and like playing jungle and like garage and all that. But for myself, I've always wanted to see my songs live. I always play my own songs, but I'll VIP them or remix them or make them different. So a lot of the stuff that I play, I rarely play wholesale as if from Spotify.
Another thing that Adam, aka his manager, right, told me, right, was like, okay, I used to be Zouk Singapore resident, and then now I'm not. And then do I have like difficulty in like performing a set? Because like for example, you go to Chengdu, you go to US, you go to UK, right? When you go down there as the main act, but then the closing DJ, right, is going to be their own resident DJs, and they know the people better, you know. So how do you deal with the fact that they potentially going to burn you?
Burn me?
Like as in like they know exactly what the crowd wants, and then you are just playing your original.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think.
How do you adapt, or you don't adapt?
That's where my top 40 background comes in. I was playing that Lil Jon nonsense. But yeah, I think I have a lot. Last time my shows in the US, I had no idea what I was doing, to be fair. Like 2017, 2018, I was touring all these shows, and I had quite a profile as a future bass act. But I would not play any of my songs live because I was dealing with some like very insecure issues. Like, I hate this music, I don't want to play this. So I was just playing other people's songs. I was playing dubstep, I was playing rhythm, I was playing like a lot of old school hip hop in the middle of my sets. And it was just like a fun party vibe, I think. So, but now if I'm doing my own headline shows, I don't really mind that, the closing DJ is going to do this, or opening DJ. Like I always tell the openers, like just play whatever you want.
Oh, that means you're not even afraid that they're going to do too high
No,
energy.
I don't care. Because I always reset the set, like before I get on, right? And it's always nice having people that are quite pumped up. I think the danger is that they're super tired, right? But, like you can always read the room and like play a different set if you want. So I think for me, I'm super flexible.
Basically, you gain your confidence already.
Yeah, I don't care. Like people will come to see, like sometimes he'll come to see me and they'll like my music, regardless if they just listen to like crazy drum and bass for like an hour.
Yeah. This mindset is very good. Like, you just worry about the things you can control. The end.
Yeah, 100%. I feel I'm a big determinist, so I think nothing in my life is in my control. I feel like everything I've done is just like a path, I'm just on a train. I can't really get off or like turn the train. I'm just like, but when you're on a train, like most you can do is like stick your head out, enjoy the breeze. So yeah.
Add fuel, make sure the train continue moving.
That too, yeah. I think that motivates me a lot.
Yeah, okay, so speaking of the music direction, you're going towards like more melodic route, right? So are you gonna head back to melodic bass, which is like halftime shit, or you're gonna do that 1-2-8 stuff?
Oh, who knows? I think at this point, who knows? But I really like making and performing house music. I just love dancing. And the melodic bass stuff is different for me because I think theoretically it's quite slightly lower BPM, right? It's either 75 or 90 or 100. And those are just like shuffle BPMs and just, kind of just like vibing or like hit banging. And I feel like there's a lot of people that do that like way better than me already. So I don't think I would. Plus, I feel like I've made a lot of that stuff already. So now it's all new, exciting. I just want to try something out.
Is it like with age comes chill music?
Maybe.
Yo,
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, damn.
Wait, when you produce, right? Are you like drinking and everything? Or
Drinking
you're just
what?
chilling?
Like drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
No, what?
It's like a habit, you see. Like some people will be like smoking and then suddenly an idea.
I see. Okay.
So what's your go-to
Eat cereals, man.
Inspiration.
He's eating
Yeah, yeah.
cereals.
I don't know.
while
Yeah, I
playing.
try to be like super healthy. I guess. I don't know.
Or by your desk, do you have Avicii?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
Any upcoming collabs you can tell us about?
upcoming collabs?
I mean, recently, the most recent one, Manila Killer.
Oh,
the
yeah,
regular
yeah.
collab, you know.
Yeah. Oh, we have another one coming out, and I don't know when. We're trying to clear this sample. It's a crazy sample. You know that song, In My Mind.
Oh.
So we sampled it. We're trying to bring back the glory. Because the first time I met Manila Killer, it was 2016, 2017. We both played Ultra. No, 2018 Ultra. Then they booked both of us to go back to back at this after party. So we were playing, 1-2 songs, like feeling each other out. I was playing some trap, he was playing some trap. And then we realized like, oh, we don't really like this music. So we went all straight to like progressive house, old school progressive house. I just dropped Mammoth. And then he followed out, he was playing like, he played In My Mind. And then after that I was playing like Payback or something, Dimitri Vegas. And then the night went from there. So like we both have this deep love for progressive house and like the old EDM. So we're gonna do
Golden years.
the golden years. So we're trying to bring that back.
So classic, so classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the famous songs that we grew up
Yeah.
hearing too, I think now as of this year it's
Exactly, yeah.
We should do
First
a
decade,
revelry throwback 50 years night, man.
Oh my god, yeah.
Then the
That kind of
background is
shit.
just the years rotating,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as we DJ. Ready? Let me think about how I do it first.
Sure. Good
Pretty
idea,
sure
good idea.
Titanium will come out.
I think
Ah,
Kevin's
yeah,
hair will grow into like a microphone.
Oh
you know.
my
Way back and back and back. you know.
I need some afro here, man.
Yeah.
House music, yeah, something that I'm also producing, but I don't know, like, see now the trend is going harder. Yeah, but I guess you have always been a conformist or something.
Yeah, I think I always make the music that I like, and then if it's my turn, I'm sure. But I'm never chasing any.
Yes, I remember what I want to say already. I remember Justin was telling me that he's producing all K-pop bands.
Oh yeah, cool.
You know, like I think it'd be pretty cool, like if you're in the studio with like I don't know JJ Lin or something, like or whoever like a singer, and then you're like a producer at the back. Because every time when I see like the Jay-Z commercial, right, and then it'll be like him, Timberland, and everybody in the room, you know, that kind of thing, So probably, I don't know, one day it'll be like BTS and then MYRNE, Manila Killer, everybody there. Whoa!
Sure, yeah, I think
it's like huge, man.
once you're in production for yourself, like you start having these crazy ideas and then you start doing it for other people. And then it's nice because you get to see a lot of your ideas come to light. There's a lot of people in the EDM scene, maybe like 5-6 years ago. Now they're full-time producers. People like, Dioro, Diamond Pistols.
Diamond Pistol, wow,
Yeah.
damn.
Do you know, remember
I
him?
know lah, yeah.
Yeah, but
they
now-
did the Bugatti remix one.
Yes!
And it's the first, yeah,
and
dude.
Then, and then he recently produced Edamame by Rich Brian.
What?
Yeah.
It's by him?
Yeah.
What the shit? But not
Both
the
of them
name,
are-
not inside, right? It's
No,
like
it's a production credit.
production credit.
So yeah, I think that is a perfectly viable
Oh,
career.
damn.
And it's
Okay,
fun, and you don't have to travel so much. But right now I love travel. I love flying, like experiencing everything. So maybe when I'm 40, 50, and I don't lose my hearing, I'll start being a co-producer.
But then when you fly, then you just work on. In the
Hell
plane.
no, dude, I'm sleeping. What the hell? You want me to work on a plane now? Fuck that.
Okay, wow, this is a different one. This is
I'm
a,
sleeping, dude.
chill, man.
If it's in first class, I think maybe he'll take out his laptop.
Oh
or whatever.
yeah.
But if it's big,
Bro, economy
class,
Oh,
dude.
sorry, excuse me. Oh, sorry.
Dude, that means he's
Sorry.
damn effective with his time, Like,
Yeah.
he just work whenever there is like a proper space to work, right? And he's like fucking playing Tomorrowland and shit. Dude. what
Yeah,
the
I think
fuck,
I
man?
played Tomorrowland with the same laptop that I started production with. So like the same MacBook. Yeah, and I really think like anyone can do it. You don't need a big studio. You don't need to spend equipment or anything like that. Yeah.
Speaking of which, what kind of airline passenger are you?
What do you mean?
When you how you say depart from the aircraft or alight from
Oh,
the
you're the once the plane
I
lands.
know.
are you this kind? Or are
No.
you the just
Well,
like
I'm sitting down. I'm sitting, unless I have a booker. I know which parts immigration is like really tough on foreigners, right? Like some place like Thailand, if it's like busy season, you need to be the first one out of the plane. You start running to the immigration, But if it's like if I'm going to the US or like I got a visa, I'm just chilling. I'm on the plane. But also, I think I'm quite a disgusting airline passenger
how so?
because I like to sleep on planes, right? So I'll sleep. I'll take off my shoes, take off my socks, and just like, you know, like raw dog the air with my feet, and then just cover myself in the blanket and I start snoring, and I feel like I'm definitely inconveniencing people sometimes.
Nobody knows MYRNE. That means you reach DJ Snake level, you technically can still travel economy.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, the cost savings on that, crazy.
Yeah, dude, like the difference in price is like nearly like times 10 or something.
I think unless I need to fly like my mother out or something, okay lah, I'll fly, you know, like premium or like business. But ever since, I think I've never bought a business class flight.
But I mean, if you're like Armin van Buren level, right, you have to like do
Oh,
private.
I think they have PJs already, you know, like they don't even stay after they're done, right after the show, and they just fly back home.
Or next country really.
Yeah, next country, true.
US, do Brazil, then straight away fly back Amsterdam, do radio show. Wow, crazy.
I think Armin's a great example. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's like,
family man.
yeah, I love him. So I think I have a lot of idols like that, you know, like tourists, you know, Armin, Deadmau5.
I think the first thing that we need to do is stop drinking, bro.
Oh yeah.
Then we can do more things.
I'm a super weak drinker, man. The other day at Ikigai, I only drink like one beer, and I'm like,
I'm combining everything with coffee, bro. Okay. Like during the ship, in the shipwright, on the shipwright, it's like coffee with beer, coffee with gin, coffee with vodka, everything.
It can't be good for your heart, man.
Ray Ray taught you all the best
Ray
stuff.
Ray,
Oh
yeah,
my
Ray
gosh,
Ray
she's-
is the one that taught me how to drink coffee with something else.
She's
Then like,
scary, dude. No, I love it.
Irish
I love
coffee,
her, man.
Irish coffee, Taiwan remix. But yeah, so any last things to say to our audience right here? I think this is a very good opportunity, right, for busy people like us to catch up with our friends. I think this is perfect. It's a great excuse for us to catch up with friends. Yeah, to have like a proper conversation. But do you have any things to say to our audience, like upcoming producers or current DJs?
Oh, that list is too long, but okay.
Whatever you want to
Let's
promote.
name
your
drop.
album.
Let's name drop everyone. Who do we know who's doing
Tag
dope
everybody,
shit?
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Foxilla, always doing cool stuff. Savior.
Droppergangers,
Yeah. Night and Day.
Infamous, every genre in Singapore.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, tag them all, dude. But I'll just put them on the screen here. You know. Shout out, everyone.
beside Ezra Hazard's video in It's the Ship getting drunk.
He doing a bottle flip.
You know what he's doing?
Oh my god, he was having fun on that.
Everybody was 170 BPM, he 400 BPM by himself.
Oh, Speed House, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, but any upcoming shows or whatever that you want to share with the audience, upcoming music.
I mean, hopefully new music in the next month or next 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to clear that sample.
Do you have like a schedule every month, one song, or you don't stress?
Sometimes I wake up, I was like, I feel like dropping a song. No,
No way, man.
No. I
They
think.
require a window,
Hey,
a runway.
so I'm signed to Astroworks right now, and they're doing a great job like planning releases. So like it's quite strategic, but I kind of just give them music and say like I want to put this out, and they say okay, and then we'll do a plan. Yeah, quite cool. But next few months, so I'm going on tour in the US, playing
5 cities, right?
5 cities, and then doing like a headline show in New York myself on the 14th of April. But after that, just chilling, making more music. What's in April?
Songkran.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, Songkran. I'm not playing that, but
What's in April in the US?
don't know, Coachella?
April Fool's Day.
Oh my god,
Wow,
but yeah,
Coachella.
yeah.
Oh, you are going?
I won't be able to make it. No, I'll be I think in New York. Yeah, but next time, I think the first time I want to visit Coachella is when I'm playing. Like I don't care if I'm playing like the toilet stage, you know, like
Whatever, man, just there.
I'm playing
Revelry should
Coachella,
join you.
know?
We all go to the toilet stage.
Yeah. Oh, please. I'm gonna fly everyone out. Please come to my set 11 in the morning at the toilet stage. It's right inside the bathroom. You
It
just
has
come in.
bidet, bro.
Yeah.
The asshole is gonna have so much fun.
But yeah, so I think I'm chilling. Yeah.
Speaking of New York, hope you get that New York banner thing, you know? Every artist wants to be on the Spotify banner
shit,
or
nah.
New York Square or something.
I don't care about
The
this.
Times Square, Times Square.
That's pretty dope, man.
It's cool. It's cool. I can
Imagine
also
your face there, bro.
spitting on everybody.
Condescending look.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
But yeah.
This concludes today's episode with MYRNE. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Peace.